Football automatically sends real-time information on goals and results and much more to your mobile wherever you are. Just send your team's name by SMS to 411 and get live updates on goals and scores for only $1. Send your team's name to 511 to get 1 month's worth of Q Football updates for only $10. Q Football. Follow your heroes. For more information, call 111. QCell, Sulubus, the Gambia's quality network.
Go Gambia, go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
Has been heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford.
Good evening, viewers. We bring you a press release from the Office of the President, and it states, the government of the Gambia wishes to bring to the attention of Gambians in particular and the international community, including the EU in general, that the Gambia attained independence on the 18th of February 1965, thereby bidding adieu to colonialism, subjugation and humiliation that spanned 400 years. During the 400 years of colonial occupation and misrule, the Gambia lost everything that was necessary for her development, ranging from flora and fauna to youths, except that is energetic young men and women who were captured and forced into slavery. All this looting of animals, precious plant species, energetic men and women in their prime, mineral and agricultural resources, water resources and sale of our land were part of a calculated European agenda to impoverish the African continent and turn dignified and wealthy Mother Africa into a continent of the wretched. The Gambia was a very large and wealthy kingdom where elephants roamed in their thousands since creation or for millions of years, in addition to other exotic wildlife species like giraffes, lions, cheetahs, different types of deer, and antelopes, zebras, ostrich, hippos, lions, rhinos, just to name a few. The Gambia and the River Gambia was the center of trade in ivory between Africans themselves and between Gambians and the first European explorers, mainly from Portugal, etc. It was this lucrative trade in ivory that attracted the English or colonial Britain to the Gambia, with catastrophic consequences. Colonialism, which lasted for a little more than 400 years, ended in 1965 with the loss of all the hundreds of thousands of the elephants that existed for millions of years before the coming of the Europeans in general and the British in particular. Loss of thousands of young men and women into slavery and hundreds of Gambians that were conscripted to fight in the two world wars on the side of Great Britain and her allies, and the loss of a greater part of our land territory. The land size of the Gambia changed from an elephant-sized giant country into a lizard-sized country within 400 years of British occupation. Our marine and mineral resources that we lost during this period cannot also be quantified. At independence in 1965, strangely enough, those Gambian leaders accepted being given a lizard of a country as an independent, unviable state instead of the elephant giant of a country, the Gambia, that they came to occupy 400 years before. Gambians preferring independence to bondage accepted the loss of their land and settled for what was left of the homeland as the Republic of the Gambia at a huge loss. In the independence of Little Gambia as a sovereign state on the 18th of February 1965 was in doubt. The advent of the July 22, 1994 revolution buttressed and exemplified Gambia's total independence as a sovereign state, as a sovereign, dignified, albeit small state that will never be colonized again. Unfortunately for some outside powers, especially the EU, they don't seem to see that little poor Gambia will never be anybody's colony in whatever form, and certainly not after 18 years of revolutionary reconstruction and unprecedented development. Our 18 years development cannot be matched to any development of any kind during the 400 years of British and European occupation and misrule of the Gambia. These facts being the case, the government of the Gambia considers it an insult to our sovereignty, dignity, culture and our religion, the agenda being imposed by the EU with timelines for implementation by this administration under the pretext of Article 8. This sinister agenda is intended to cause the following effects. 1. Make criminals lords over all the law-abiding citizens, as they will be rewarded for their criminal activities, whilst law-abiding Gambians are punished for being at the mercy of criminals. 2. Turn the Gambia, a Muslim country, into a sinful, abominable and Allah-disobeying country by allowing the children of Satan, the biggest threat to human existence, otherwise called homosexuals, walk the streets of the Gambia freely. Homosexuality is not only satanic, but a serious danger to human existence, as they disobey Allah's orders to Adam and Hawa to procreate and inhabit the earth. The future of this country or any other country of human beings created by Allah will be seriously jeopardized and threatened if babies fail to be produced. The human race will be extinct if we stop procreation by allowing these satanic children, homosexuals, any little space in our pure and dignified Muslim country. Destabilize the country and destroy our livelihoods and all the achievements we made painstakingly over the last 18 years. 4. Lose our dignity and self-esteem as an independent and dignified African country by having our laws that reflect the wishes and aspirations of Muslim nations based on our culture, but more importantly on our religion, to be replaced by laws imposed by an alien culture that do not believe in our religion, culture, and more importantly Allah's existence. All these insults and arrogance just for the sake of chicken change called aid or development assistance. As a Muslim country, we believe and put our destiny in Allah the Almighty, the one and only supreme authority for mankind, Lord of the worlds, and only He is worthy of being worshipped and obeyed, not to the European Union or any Western or Eastern power that exists or will exist on this earth. Dangling aid over our heads as enticement for us to be lured into losing our dignity, offend Allah and be recolonized is both immoral and insulting, not only to Gambians in particular but Africans in general, taking into account the fact that the wealth of Europe today was due to the merciless looting and pillaging of Africa and her resources for more than 4 centuries. The Gambia, as small as we are, reduced today thanks to European colonialism, will never be dictated to, nor be recolonized in whatever form because of aid. Therefore, the agenda put forward by the EU with time-imposed deadlines are unacceptable and a non-starter. Our laws concerning any activity and meant to ensure law and order in the country, as this is a country of human beings, will not be weakened if not strengthened and enforced to the letter. The EU should rather explain to the Gambia why blacks are being killed in EU member countries like cockroaches, and their killers never